All right, let's stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, call to order. We have a Suntan trustee with us for his first meeting, Mr. George Obradovich. Say hi, George. Everybody knows George, right?
Roll call, all present with the exception of Paul Goldberg.
Okay. Next item is approval of board meeting minutes dated March 28th, 2016.
And I will second.
Okay, any discussion? Nope.
Mark?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
So,
Why do I have this one here, it's March 7th? I must have printed out the right one. Okay. Public commentary, we'll open up for public commentary this time. Public? No? Okay, we'll close public commentary. Reports, road commissioner is not here, and he did not give me a report.
Or nor did you give anything for me?
So everything must be great then. That's what I'm gonna assume. Assessor, no report from her.
Yes.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, she left us a written report.
Okay. The 2015 assessed values went down by 1% on lots and buildings. Farmland assessments went up, but the local assessor does not assess farmland. When asked why did my taxes go up, the answer, overall rate for anyone with a tax code 2202, which is rural, went up 0.3933, and anyone with a tax code of 2201, which is in the village, went up 0.4053. At this time, it looks like in 2016 there will not be any increase in assessed value except new construction, and I have a closer number for you by July 1st, 2016. Do not have the increase or decrease of farmland at this time. That's her report. So if you're a farmer, you understand that, right?
Yeah.
Your taxes went up. These guys went down. Mike's, you're not a farmer, but you're probably assessed.
My daughter's is farm.
Yeah. Okay. Clerk?
April 24th, the Zion Lutheran Youth Group cleaned up around the recycling center. It's the second year in a row they've done that. Obviously, want to thank those guys. I also posted a picture and some information on Facebook.
Yep.
So that, try to get out there so everybody can see that. 22 people attended the senior movie night in, gosh, what month was that? April. Yeah, that's the Wednesday after the breakfast.
Yeah, it's 12 or...
Yeah, so we had 22 people at movie night on April 9th, 13th, I think it was. And then senior breakfast was well attended, 125, I believe it was, at the senior breakfast. I could be wrong, it might be 150.
No, I think it was like more like 110, 150.
Yeah, maybe 105 even. 105 was the number, I think. But we had 105 at the senior breakfast, a little bit more expensive than previous breakfasts, and I'll work to lower that price on the next one in the fall. I think there's some things we can do to drop the price down a little bit. So. And movie night coming up on May 18th, Spotlight.
Okay.
Now go.
Okay. Planning Commission, I do not think they met.
They didn't meet, but we need to, there was an eco housing issue at the county, and zoning and planning didn't know anything about it. So obviously they didn't talk to anybody about it.
Is this not the one where the people wanted to move,
This is the one on my road, the light in,
you're right,
in Route 1. They want to put in an additional bedroom
yes,
plus
right, okay.
additional square footage.
You guys know about that, right?
Uh, Dale didn't. I just found out about it when I came home and had the,
No, that was going on.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
there was one on county line like this.
Oh, exactly
Right,
same?
okay,
Oh,
different,
yeah,
okay,
that's the
This is
same
a
thing.
you're
different
right,
one.
it was county.
This is a different one.
Doing
And
the
now-
same thing, they wanted to put more bedrooms than what's allowed for Echo Housing.
Right, and the mobile home that they moved down there looks like a construction trailer than anything right now.
Well, what's gonna happen, because a precedence was set, we might have more of that.
I know.
They have bigger Echo Housing with more bedrooms, which is against the whole theory
Right.
behind Echo Housing. George, Echo Housing is elderly care housing opportunities. And you could have it on your, a home, you have a home on your property, it has to be X amount of acres minimum. You can have a temporary housing on your property that is for your elderly parents. And when your parents either moved on or died, then that temporary housing goes away also. So that's what Echo Housing is, and we get a lot of that. So it's restricted to size, square footage, and a number of bedrooms, because you don't want to have a 5-bedroom temporary house where you've got have a family move. That's against what the spirit of the code is for. And that's what we've had already 2 cases where they wanted to put a bigger home on there than what's really allowed.
Now, let me ask you this, is it feasible to, and I know this is the way it's written in the law, but I called up and the response I got from land use was, well, you guys have nothing to say about this.
Yeah, they're always going to say that, but
Well-
it's,
Yeah, well, my thing is the village has control over a mile and a half.
yeah.
We in Washington Township have no control what comes in here technically. If that's land use's attitude, is you really have no say on this?
I don't know
They
who,
don't
I don't know who
have-
you talk to. They take our recommendations. We can't say, we can't, we're not the final say, I
Right.
should say. And but they do take our recommendations pretty serious. So if we're against it, and if the planning and zoning is not for it and does not recommend it, then it would come to our board, and then if we don't
Right.
recommend it,
But do they have to?
so that goes, so I write a letter back to the county saying, hey, this is what our findings are, and we don't recommend it. They take that as part of their whole report when they have their hearing.
Right, but they don't have to abide by our.
They don't, no, of course they don't. They don't have to, no, but they take it pretty serious. In the past they have, so.
Just if we're gonna start having these come up,
I would,
you
I
know, the
would,
rodeo's gonna start up again, and
Yeah.
not to say that they're gonna put Echo House.
have you guys contacted the county to get the new addresses and the names of the new members of the planning and zoning?
No,
So that all the correspondence comes, we should got a copy, but also, so should the chairman of the planning and zoning.
It always comes to the clerk.
so we'll get a copy of that if you got it.
I forward it to the guys that are on the committee,
Okay,
and then,
But it used to be that the chairman used to also get a copy. 'Cause I remember getting certified letters all the time.
okay.
Okay. Is that it, Mike?
Yes, sir.
Okay, supervisor's report. I am still trying to nail down these roofers. They're like gypsies, it seems like, you know, if you don't catch them at a certain time, they disappear. So I'm still trying to get a roofing company to come out here to take a look at the roof so we can get this handled before I think it's too worse. There's not much activity going on, so I'm going to also just blend right into the GA office for the, just read this, case 2016-001 has been closed because they have met the maximum amount of assistance.
That was actually Marshall.
What did I say? what did I say, May? I didn't say
No,
anything.
I don't think you did.
I think
I'm
March.
just clarifying it.
Yeah, this was March, because we didn't have a meeting in April. And that was for a utility bill. It was a emergency assistance for the amount of $725 paid directly to ComEd for this person, and they met the maximum amount, so that case is closed. And that was the only disbursement for March. In April, there were no disbursements for GA. Transportation, Lisa, you want to say anything?
For the month of April, we had 28 trips. Half of them were on the Wednesdays, and the other were the ones when John uses it.
The other one was when John uses it?
Mhm.
What about going, you mean directly from our transportation?
Right, yeah,
Oh, okay.
on the weekend when he gets it.
And have we got a bill yet from the county?
No.
I'm afraid we're gonna get a bill that's
Oh,
gonna
it's
be
gonna
like
suck.
$20,000 and,
I know. You know, I went to talk to Creek, I'll call Creek tomorrow, see if they ever got their first one.
How does that function?
It's functioning, but there are major complaints all the time. I get phone calls continuously. They're not happy. The drivers are not friendly. They drive crazy. They have to wait to be picked up, you know, and it's just,
you're talking about Will Wright.
will ride. We spoil
Everything
them.
we figured.
Yeah, we spoil them, of course, because that's just what we do, you know.
So how's our
Ours is
dial-up?
doing okay, you know, it's gonna be slow. We need to get, Joe, we need to get some type of a flyer that we can put up around stating what we're doing on Wednesday. Because I think in the newsletter, it was kind of hidden in Mike's article about the Wednesdays. So if we can, you know, if you can just like do something with the bus
Let's
and,
put something in the paper.
yeah.
I was gonna do that anyway, but
I
we were
mean,
so close
I've
to the
made
border.
phone calls, I mean, last week I called and said, hey, you know, you like to go shopping, do you wanna go shopping today? And I said, yeah, so.
I mentioned it at the Chamber of Commerce. I get to do a report. I've mentioned it the last 2 months. I think the senior breakfast, I did too, didn't I?
Yeah, I believe
They
it.
did. So,
Put them in church bulletins.
that's a good idea. We can do that. Okay, so that's running pretty smooth then.
Yeah. Could be a little busier, but it'll come.
Okay. Well, if that's all the rights we have, that's all the rights I have. That's
Right.
fine. We're not,
Yeah.
as long as everybody's getting service that
Mhm.
wants us, right, that's what the intention is. Okay. Trustees report, Paul's not here. Mark, you got anything? Okay. So, George.
No report.
Okay, well, so here's what we've done, I wanted to do in the past, is that each trustee has a little project. Paul has a food pantry, Mark has the recycling, Mike has the planning and zoning, and George doesn't have anything yet.
All right,
So George needs something.
all right.
So what Ted was doing was, he was kind of doing dog park, food stuff. I mean, he was beating it to death. I don't know if he's really done a lot or if we're gonna really pursue that even more, but we need to have we need to be pet project for you.
Okay.
It's,
But we don't have one yet.
which we don't have yet. But if you could think of something that you would like to see done, certainly bring it up and you could help make it happen, and we would help you,
Okay.
whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
That is the end of all the reports, it looks
I
like.
wanted to mention
Yes.
about recycling. I just got a newsletter today from Will County. It starts May 10th.
In
In
Lockport?
Lockport, Tuesdays and Fridays, 6 a.m. to 11 o'clock, they stop. And they're not gonna wait, you know, to finish somebody else. It's
What's the
done.
time?
6
6
a.m.
a.m. to 11 a.m. They're starting May 10th.
This is in Lockport,
Yeah,
and how often?
2 days a week.
Every week.
Mhm.
Really?
And then another thing I found out, this is, I don't know exactly when it's gonna start, but, Republic, they're gonna be doing electronics also.
Okay,
Who comes and picks up our stuff now. It's gonna be open to commercial customers.
they're gonna do it how?
They're gonna, you can get a container and then have electronics and then they'll come and pick it up. I don't know all the specifics on it, but it's coming.
So it's a pay service, I would think.
I mean, I think you would be renting the container,
Okay.
but I don't have all the specifics on it yet. But I
So they would do home pickups or?
No,
Oh.
it would be like to their commercial, like we're their commercial customer, basically, because they come and pick up our
Right.
recycling now. So they would, what I was told is they would offer it to us, that we can get a container, then they would come and.
And when you, okay, I'm thinking of a little blue bin, but this is,
No,
this
no,
is a
like
big
a-
container, okay.
Like one of the, like what we got, I guess.
A box
Yeah.
car type of thing. Yeah,
So,
we'll see. It's gotta be a pay service, I would think, but I'm not sure.
I don't know, but I just thought I'd.
25 or 50 inch TV sitting out front.
I know that Jerry brought a bunch of tires to Lockport last week,
Okay,
and it went well, but he said it is far. I mean, and it is far, it's
see,
many
that's
miles
what
away.
everybody's telling me, you know,
So-
it's too far to go there.
And of course, the county is trying to, if this is successful, they're gonna open it up to another township or another area or a center, and then another one and another one. So, I don't know if they're gonna concentrate up north, or I don't know who picks. I don't know if the county says, okay, this is working good, we'll pick another one, or you volunteer for it, I'm not sure yet, so,
That's a great start.
yeah. Okay,
Can I ask a question?
sure.
Just out of curiosity, since I was gone, have we heard anything about this garbage dump in Kankakee County? Has anybody heard anything on that anymore?
A railroad going through there.
Yeah, there's a railroad going supposedly, but I'm just curious about the garbage dump, because it's right there on our Border.
Isn't it supposed to be on,
Route 1 and County Line.
yeah, that's what I heard, I haven't heard anything.
The train can't go through.
No, I was told the train's going through where the Liliana was supposed to go
That was one of the routes of the,
I think it's way south now,
It
right?
was before, but the train would be within a half mile of the county line for the south. But now IDOT's redoing, the reason they threw out the Ileana was because they did that study wrong.
to.
Indiana thinks they can correct it from near 150,000. So that'll get it back going.
Yeah.
Except Illinois is still on hold, but Indiana won't be on hold. That just happened last week,
Okay.
so
They can correct the study, you said.
They took shortcuts when they did the study.
they took shortcuts and it was gonna cost so much to redo it, but now Indiana's figured out that they can doctor it up for it to be okay.
Okay. Okay.
So that'll bring it back into existence.
Right.
Yeah, well,
And then the train will be alongside of the toll road probably.
I guess, so not going south, they might be still before,
They
right?
might end up going over Russia, like.
Yeah, super.
Hey, Mike, do you think I should ask zoning and planning to try talking to these other townships where it was allegedly supposed to go to? See if we could get everybody on the same page?
So,
Remember how we discussed getting each township? You sent the letter out, you never got any responses.
Right,
You think it'd be worthwhile having them, see if they can move forward and make some contacts with these different townships?
for
Just to get together, so if this does come through, we can go in as a united front instead
Well,
of each
talk
township.
to Virginia Hand, because, and she might already have that organized already.
Okay.
I think she got, because we made that statement,
Yeah.
she had all the townships.
She already
She
has
was
a great
waiting on
site.
ours when they went,
Right.
and we gave it to her that last one.
Yeah, I remember
So I
that.
think, and that is pretty well dead, but I don't know, she's probably not involved in the railroad thing. I don't know, Pat Mooseman is, and she was the one that was real active from Indiana, but see, the railroad goes right through their farm now. It goes, you know where the pumping
Yeah.
station is
Yeah.
down there?
Yeah.
It's north of the pumping station.
North of that.
Yeah. It'll go right by my church and then it cuts down and goes around the middle school.
Okay. Yeah, if you want, you can contact her and see where that stands. I mean, I hate to reinvent it again if she's already got something
Right.
organized. It's kind of redundant. Okay,
Do you have a number for it? You could
I can forward it to you, sure. All right, let's go to old business. Consideration and approval of ESDA intergovernmental agreement. I was hoping Paul would be here. The village does have one written up, and Paul's our contact guy there, so he's not here today. But we will get it. Number 2, consideration approval of 2016-17 town budget.
Basically, you're just looking for a tentative approval of the budget, and at this time, if you want to make any changes, you can do it. You can also make changes in June, when you approve the budget, final approval. But if you wanted to make any changes prior to that, you could do that tonight. I don't know who's looked at it, everybody was, I sent a copy, and then I massaged it with the correct, added the dates and things like that. I did not change any of the numbers. So it's the same budget that you had for the last 3-4 weeks.
So it's the same one.
It's the same, it's the same. The only highlights of the budget, that if there's anything worth talking about, sponsorships, there's a request for sponsorship tonight. We have $3,000 in the budget for a sponsorship for, basically that, usually 500 of that goes to 4th of July Commission. And then you can do another $1,000 or 500 at CASA if you guys so choose to do that.
That's what.
What, is that the miscellaneous income, or where is that?
That's under, that's under
Administration?
That's under commodities, let me get down to where was this at? Under 900 series, 929-1 sponsorship.
Oh, I see it. Miscellaneous expense.
$3,000
Oh, sponsorship,
there.
I got it.
Senior
Okay.
programs are at $8,000. I did not make any changes after we discussed last time. We talked about, I think it was $5,000 for roof and $7,000 for parking lot, or somewhere along those lines. No, $6,500. I'm going back up to the line item 511. There was $6,500 in there for roof and $5,000 for parking lot, and those were just numbers that we had talked about.
Yeah.
Now, with the $6,500 and the $3,000 that we get from the insurance, that's $9,000, that might be enough to do the roof.
Yes.
And then the parking lot, I don't think it'll cost $5,000 for Jerry to fix it if he ever gets around to it, so. And even with this, we have a balanced budget. In fact, we have a surplus of about $300, $400 or somewhere in that neighborhood, so.
Oh, I thought we had 7,000, didn't I? You realize that?
No, because I had to make an adjustment. I remember, Mike, there was a replacement tax was off by $10,000.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So that twisted that backwards, but we will actually be bringing in 100 and, let me just find the numbers here. We'll start the year, we started the balance this year with $168,600 in the bank, and we will end the year, if everything goes well, with $170,092. So we have a surplus of about $1,800, with $168,000, well, actually $170,000 rolling, which is about 50% of our entire budget, which is a pretty solid number to have in the bank for any type of emergency that would happen to come up or whatever, so.
So, we're good on computers, right, Teresa? All our computers are working, copy machines working.
That's
I just got my hard drive fixed, so.
Okay, good. And you didn't need a new
I
computer or hard
just had
drive?
to get a new hard drive.
Okay. Is that expensive?
He hasn't sent the bill
Oh,
yet, so it's, here we go.
And the phones, I mean, we own the phones now, so that's not gonna be a,
I reflected that, I think, Mike, I think I lowered the phone bill a little bit.
yeah.
I did, by about $2,000, because it was $200 a month savings.
Okay. Our biggest expense is gonna be the getting this building maintained, I think. The roof and the parking lot needs to be seriously fixed. The parking lot too, I mean, it's bad shape.
Do we have somebody to take care of the outside this year? Cut grass and cut down the trees?
Richard cut it last week, Richard. If there's permission to cut down the tree, then
I mean, there's $5,000 in
Will
there.
he do it, or
I'll
I can get somebody to do it?
I'll find out, because he or she asked about it, so I mean.
Yeah, I'd
it's
say
okay.
cut it down for sure.
Okay,
There's $5,000 in the building, in the budget for grounds, and of which, you know, again, if Jerry charges $2,000 to fix the pothole, you could actually pay somebody to come and spray for the weeds and hire somebody to cut the tree down. There's plenty of money in there, I think, to take care of that.
Okay.
So, shouldn't be something that we need to do much with. Next, keep in mind, next year's budget will include, just throwing this out here, $15,000, $18,000 for the annual audit.
Now, is that what it is? I mean,
Every 4 years.
I know that, but is that's the best price we can get?
Well, I talked to Daryl, and Daryl says that because of all the issues we had last year with not last year, but the previous audit, he thinks legacy is gonna go really high because they're gonna feel that there's gonna be more issues to really dig. Daryl's got the books in perfect condition. He said we should go to a couple other places that he can recommend, and he thinks he'll save us some considerable money because we work with Daryl at other townships, so he'll be able to save us some money. So it may not be as high. Maybe we have a CPA.
George, do you remember, and maybe it's a whole different animal, you know, this, every 4 years, the township has to go through an audit, like everything.
Okay.
What does the school district pay?
Every year. $7,000
A year.
A year.
All right, so every 4 years, that's, you know, it's $28,000, $30,000, and last time we paid over 25, I think, because there was an extra 5,000 for something.
Because of all the additional work.
Okay, so that's about what it is, so we, nice to get that cheaper, okay.
So I think we can do better. So all we need technically, unless you guys want to change something, is just tentative approval of the budget as is.
The one question I have on this is, I know everything's gone down, but you've got $1,800 for gasoline for the van.
Yeah. That's in
Kind of
transportation.
low. That's under, yeah, it's $655.
Yeah.
You know, Mike, it's almost a third, just under a third of what we paid last year with 7 buses. I think it's plenty.
Okay,
I
all
think
right.
it's plenty.
Cause your actual.
You're only going out 4 days a week if you
I
burn.
mean, I wasn't able to print the billing for last month, but I think she told me it was under $100.
The fuel.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be $200 a month,
Okay,
you know. And keep in mind,
We're staying in town.
we're already started the fiscal year. April's behind us, and we're not doing a whole lot. So we're gonna have 2 or 3 months where it's gonna be kind of quiet.
Okay.
I could gladly make it 2,000 or wherever it's at. So that I had it under gas or is that under diesel? That's a gas.
that was
That's
gas,
a
'cause that's a gas
yeah.
van. We shouldn't have any diesel bills.
No?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so, road and bridge, or road district, we did not get anything.
Jerry,
right?
Jerry, they forwarded that to you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't print it then.
You can't do anything with it, but you
Yeah.
can't approve it. It is what it is. He does it, so. But I shouldn't have probably even put that on the agenda, except for it's gotta be on for next month. But I do
But we
need,
could question them on it.
absolutely,
Yeah, and we probably will, right, Mark?
at the
Well,
hearing.
maybe, somebody might touch it, you never know.
Somebody might.
But I would like a tentative, motion for tentative approval on the town calendar. We can get that.
Okay.
I will motion.
Oh, we're not, that'd be new business, I think, right?
it's,
Oh, no, it'd be this, I'm sorry, it is this, let's get that, motion, I'm sorry.
I'll motion for tentative approval of the 2016-2017 budget, right?
As presented?
As presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? No.
Mark?
Yes.
Mike Mack?
Yes, sir.
George?
Yes.
Mike Snow?
Yes.
I have a forward copy. Teresa, this is your office copy. It
Okay.
has to be on display,
Yeah.
so there will be no changes to
And I
that.
was thinking about it the other day, like, where is it?
Okay, new business.
We do both the budget at once?
The board district, you don't have to do Jerry,
Oh, okay.
Jerry sets it.
We don't even have.
No, it's just on the agenda because there needs to be an agenda item for it for next month,
Gotcha.
so there's no action on it.
Okay, new business, I think one, there is none, no business on recommendations. 2, set time and date for road and bridge budget hearings. We're looking at June 6th, 6:30.
Yeah, it's already been posted in the paper.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, because I have to get it out there 30 days in advance, and the Beecher Herald actually printed last year's budget notice for the road and bridge account, and I called them on it. In fact, I have it right here.
Well, I thought,
And so I don't know how or why they did it, but they're gonna repost the the road district correctly. I double checked what I sent them, and I got an email from them today saying they made a mistake. They're gonna repost it, it'll be next week's paper. But if you looked at it closely, it was last year's notice for the road and bridge and the current one for the town
Yeah.
account, so
Okay,
mistakes happen. Hey, what are you gonna do?
so, June sixth at 6:30.
Yeah, just, we need we should probably.
Have a
make a
motion for that?
Yeah, set the two hearings.
Motion to approve that,
motion,
second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? No?
Mark,
yes.
Mike,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Mike Snow.
Yes. And then item 3, set time and date for town account budget hearings, June 6th, 6:45. Is there a motion for that?
I'll motion.
Second,
Any further discussion?
Mike Mack,
Yes.
Mark,
yes.
George,
Yes.
Mike Snow.
Yes.
So those are all set.
Okay, let's pay some bills.
Something new?
Did we do the donation?
Oh, Casa.
Oh, yes. That was not on, is that number 4? My number 4 is blank.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
number 4. You didn't print the new and improved
the new one
version.
has Casa on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
The new one has it.
so, I don't know, does everybody have this or no? In front of them?
I read it. but I-
Okay, so CASA is the Will County, it's a non-for-profit. It is an advocacy group for children. I don't know if did we do this last year? I thought we did not.
we may have missed last year, we've done it several times in the past.
And so I'll just read the first paragraph of this. CASA of Will County is a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to the needs of abused and neglected children from every township in Will County. The Illinois compiled statute spells out our legal mandate that CASA advocates act as a monitor and protect the minor's health, safety, and best interests and ensure the proper delivery of child welfare services. Our primary goal is to advocate with the court for these children to be placed in safe, caring, and permanent homes. It's a good cause, and
So these are basically kids that have been
Neglected
appointed,
kids, yeah.
appointed by the court to
Right.
guardians, and then volunteers check in on them throughout the period of time where, once they're placed in these other facilities, to make sure that these kids are being taken care of properly. And all of the funding comes from donations. And it's cost, what, $1,000 per child?
yeah, they're only asking for $1,000 from us. Now,
They had, how many cases last year for Washington Township? Four kids?
yeah, 4 children from the town,
In our
our township. So that was $4,000 minimum. Now, the only thing that I have, we can't donate, we can't sponsor, we're gonna sponsor. So even though it says donation on here, it would be a sponsorship of $1,000.
Yeah, you just worded it as a
Yeah.
sponsorship, because we're basically saying we're gonna sponsor one child.
And this would be in the new budget then? you think?
Yes, under
Right, 'cause we don't have this in
under
our-
the sponsorships.
But you have,
Yeah.
you got it included.
We have it,
Mhm.
yeah, we have, what'd you say, $8,000? $3,000 for new sponsorships.
We have two.
If we approve this, we will have 2,000.
And I don't know if we did
We don't
1,000
get-
last year.
yeah.
last
You
year.
know, I
It's
almost
usually
think,
five,
we
yeah.
did 500
We did
last
500
year.
last time,
I think
yeah.
we did 500 last
Yeah,
year.
so the numbers, that's what they're requesting, you can,
Right.
you do 750, or you do whatever you want, but.
I mean, we budgeted 3, there's a separate line item for the youth commission in our budget for next year, which is like $1,200. But have, the 4th of July commission, that this would be a sponsorship, which I don't think we voted on the last time. We've done $500 every year for that. I don't think the Lions Club asked us for money.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hoping that was gonna fall on deaf ears, I guess not.
We
I don't
keep
think we
giving,
normally don't.
keep giving it away, well,
Right.
We don't
did
have.
we do the flag thing, the tenant thing? Yeah, we approved that. didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes, and that's been paid already. So, And that's not really a sponsor, that's more of an advertising budget. So what do you guys think? We had 4 kids we had 4 kids in our township alone that needed this service.
Well, I think it's good that if they're checking up on it, that that's what the service is.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, they're the voice of the child.
And if we had 4 children in our own township, I don't see nothing wrong with donating $1,000 to it.
Okay?
That's my opinion.
So you making a motion?
Well, we're doing it as a sponsorship.
Yeah.
We would do it as a sponsor.
So the motion would be in a sponsorship of $1,000 to Casa.
Yeah, I'll make the motion that we do that.
And I'll second.
Okay? Any further discussion? No?
Mark,
Yes.
Mike Mack,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Mike Stillwater.
Yes.
Can you remember, Teresa, to write that check?
I'm
And
trying to
also-
keep my notes here.
And then you also need to write a check to him at the annual town meeting.
For the what?
Annual town meeting, the moderator pay.
Moderator fee for
Moderator pay
$150.
for $150 to Mike.
To mine, okay.
And then, 4th of July Commission, we have in the past sponsored, $500, I believe.
Yeah, I can't vote on that tonight.
No.
Oh, because it's not, but my number 4 is blank.
Well, I think you have the wrong one.
Yeah, somebody put a blank on here.
Well, I know they're-
The one I printed out's got it.
When do they gotta have this by?
Mine too.
Yours
I
blank
gave,
too?
I gave, except the wrong one. It's on the agenda, it's on the correct agenda.
Let me see when they need this by.
We've done it.
27th,
Of what?
May.
Ooh.
Not actually, I'm sure they could wait.
I would think so.
So our next meeting won't be till June
The second.
2nd, is it June 2nd?
Six, right
6th?
after the
June
budget
sixth.
hearing.
Yeah, June sixth.
Is the deadline because of the brochure they put out?
I think it's because they're trying to buy a car. They don't have, they're funding it
Car's
differently.
coming in my garage tomorrow, so.
Oh, is it?
They must have bought it.
Oh, okay,
So the car is bought. But they might be because of the brochure they put out. I don't know what the print deadline for that is.
We've done it every year, you can tell them we'd be involved, but you
Oh,
just can't vote on it. No, I'm saying you
George,
can-
you're in the
You
board.
can tell them that we're gonna do it. It's just-
No, they could wait, I'm sure there's enough on hand.
Okay. Are you still on 4th of July?
No,
Oh,
no, but
I thought you were.
The only thing I was saying, George, was, they print out their,
Right.
just call them, just let them know you're giving it to them.
Yeah.
It'll come.
All
Steve
right.
King does that still, does he not?
Huh?
Does Steve King still take care of that, I think?
Yeah, the brochure, yeah.
Yes, Steve does.
All right, so we'll vote on that next month. All right, is that it on new business?
Yes,
Okay.
on mine it is.
All right, so Mark's agenda is done.
Mine done.
Okay, good. All right, now we can pay bills.
George, if you'd like to look at any particular bills,
No, I've
Okay.
seen the bills.
okay.
So do you have any questions on the bills? Now's the time to chime in. And since this is the first time you've seen the bills, you do not have to have a question on every single one.
No, I understand. I came here early and I
All right. So somebody wanna look at what, Road and Bridge first?
That's fine, is everybody
Okay.
read them? Mike, are you looking at them, or?
Yeah, I was looking at them.
Okay.
Road and Bridge, well, Joe would have that information if I needed it, never mind. I'm good with Road and Bridge.
Okay, well then I'll start that. I'll make the motion, we pay the road and bridge account for the amount of $34,940.46.
Is there a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay, any discussion on? No? All right,
Mark,
Yes.
Mike Mack,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Mark Stillwater.
yes. Okay, the town account?
One question,
Okay.
why did the Dollar get so high again?
There was,
Was there extra work or
Final,
something?
no, he bought us, the updated version of Quicken for
Right.
QuickBooks.
$400 at QuickBooks, that's why.
Oh,
So we reimbursed him for it.
gotcha. Gotcha.
I just
And,
put it on the same check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beat your envelopes wanted the money ahead of time?
Nope, we just wanted to get everything
Okay.
for the whole year done at once. As far as you're talking about all the events.
Just the shout band, it's a 6/4/14 or 6/4/16 that you're going to have the
Mm-hmm.
all around. I just wanted to,
Yeah, we
why
just,
we paid it this right away
Well, they usually want a check.
or a deposit.
A
yeah, it's
deposit.
basically deposit, yeah.
Oh,
Because also, if you go down a little farther, you also see there's one in there for the senior dinner,
Right.
isn't there? Trees?
And should
see your breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh, senior breakfast, yeah. And yeah, the top one is the holiday dinner in December. We just
Yeah,
wanted to
it
secure
is.
the room,
Okay.
get it all done early.
that way there won't be any issues like there was last
The
year.
red team is for the band itself, right?
Right.
One is
Yes.
for the hall and the other one's for the band.
That's correct.
Any questions? Additional questions, I should say?
And the street banner is the email I asked you about, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You got that email, right?
Yes, sir, I did.
Motion, someone?
I will motion that we pay the town account for $19,558.38 as is.
Second.
Discussion? No.
Mike Mack,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
George? Yes. Mike Stilow?
Yes. Next meeting's June 6th at 7 o'clock,
I need your signatures on this
right
side.
here. Movie night, May 18th. How's the White Sox
Yeah,
tickets
okay.
going?
I think
Yeah.
I've sold
I've done it
20
as
of
a farmer,
the 30
so.
tickets so far.
So we have 10 tickets left.
And that's in June, we all made it go yet.
It's June 15th, I think it is.
June
It's
15th, yeah.
Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, on the Monday after the breakfast, I think I had, well, at the breakfast, I had 6 people tell me. So I think I had 10 tickets sold by Monday morning.
Okay. So we'll sell those, right?
Oh, I'm sure we will. If
Let me know
not-
if you don't.
If not, you guys just can all go.
Right here's the one.
I already have tickets, but I wonder if I could get rid of those and go with the township, or at least get a ride.
Sure, why not?
There should have been two minutes on
Yeah, this one.
Oop.
He isn't signed that
Okay, we done signing?
one. We're done signing.
All right.
That's everything, I believe.
Motion to adjourn.
there. Motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. All righty.
See you, good luck. I don't
7:46.
think we'd be out of here this
Ted's not here to question bills.
Yeah, exactly.
How is Ted doing?
Hey, Paul, we had down to 24 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, it was last month. Boy.
Ever. Do that one.
Then with these chairs, what do we do?
I'll leave them out for this class tomorrow morning, it'll be fine.